Good evening, everyone. The first Sunday of the NFL season might as well be a holiday for sports fans, and the Bills have high expectations coming off their first AFC East title since 1995. Josh Allen should be in the MVP conversation once again this season, and Buffalo hosting Pittsburgh to open the year, and we've got fans in the house in Orchard Park for the first time in 2 years. The Bills kick a field goal on their opening drive, but it's still 3-0 late in the second quarter, and they put together a 13-play, 91-yard drive capped off by this Josh Allen pass to Gabe Davis for the 3-yard touchdown. It's 10-0 Buffalo at the half. It's now 10-6 in the fourth, but Pittsburgh is going to get back-to-back touchdowns in less than a 2-minute span. Ulysses Gilbert III picks up the blocked punt and returns it all the way for the touchdown to make it a 10-point lead for the Pittsburgh Steelers. A Tyler Bass field goal makes it a one-possession game with less than a minute to play, but the Bills cannot recover this onside kick to get the ball back. Buffalo gets an early wake-up call in week 1. They get beat by the Steelers 23-16. Sam Darnold makes his Panthers debut today against his former team, the New York Jets, and the Panthers jump out to a big lead, already 9-0, and Darnold takes a snap and runs it in from 5 yards out. It's 16-0 Carolina at the half. Tale of two halves for the Jets offense. The punts its first 4 times and turned it over twice in the first half. Second half, they get going. Rookie quarterback Zach Wilson shows his mobility. He rolls out and finds his new weapon, Corey Davis. It's the number 2 overall pick's first NFL touchdown. Late in the fourth, those two hook up yet again. Wilson to Davis, this time from 8 yards out. The 2-point conversion, though, no good. Wilson finishes 20 of 37 for 258 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. He's sacked 6 times, but Darnold gets his revenge, 19-14. Elsewhere in the NFL, the Giants struggled to get the offense going against the Denver Broncos. New York loses their opener 27-13, and Mac Jones made his Patriots debut and led his team downfield on their final drive, but Damian Harris fumbled at the Miami 9 with 3 minutes to go, and Tua Tagovailoa and the Dolphins sealed the deal by running out the clock, edging New England 17-16. The race for the 2 wildcard spots in the American League is heating up. Boston came into today with a half-game lead for the first spot. Behind them, there are 4 teams within 3 games. It's the battle of the Sox, Red Sox, and White Sox out in Chicago this afternoon, and this was a pitcher's duel. Lance Lynn has 9 strikeouts in 5 innings. 3 of them come in the top of the third. That's former Valley Cat Enrique Hernandez going down swinging there. And bottom of the inning, Nick Pivetta, fresh off the COVID-19 injured list, he gets Luis Robert looking. Pivetta has 5 strikeouts in 5 1/3 innings. It's scoreless until the bottom of the 6th. It's Robert again, makes up for that strikeout with an RBI single to left. That makes it 1-0 White Sox, and Chicago beats Boston 2-1. The Yankees snapped a 7-game losing streak last night with a win over the Mets, but Francisco Lindor's 3-run home run has the Mets up currently 4-2 in the 3rd inning. It had been nearly 2 full years since UAlbany football fans were allowed inside Casey Stadium for a game, and the turnout of more than 8,100 people proved how much they missed it. The Great Danes honored military members and first responders with their hometown heroes game. UAlbany took the opening drive 90 yards for a touchdown, Jeff Undercuffer to Mike Gray, and that was the largest lead for either team last night at 7-0. The lead swung 4 times. Carl Mofor ran for 84 yards and a touchdown, which gave the Danes a 1-point edge late in the 3rd quarter, but some struggles on special teams ended up costing UAlbany. Rhode Island returned a punt for a touchdown, and the Danes mishandled the snap and hold on a couple of field goal attempts. A 16-14 loss in the home opener ahead of a trip to Syracuse next week.
There's obviously, we're not scoring enough points to win games. We're playing well enough on defense. We gave up 2 touchdowns related to kick returns, and defense played their guts out after that, and we've got to be better than this on offense.
It's definitely frustrating, but there's nobody to blame here. They scored more points than we did, so we obviously didn't do a good enough job. Both sides of the ball have a lot of sharpening up to do.
Roger and I are back Monday morning for Big Board Sports on 104.5 The Team, ESPN Radio. And ESPN's Sal Paolantonio, who covered that Bills-Steelers game, will join the show at 11:30. That'll do it in sports. I'm Eric Hannmann. If it feels like the high school football season just ended, that's because it did in the spring on April 30th when the Guilderland Dutchmen won their first ever Class AA championship against Shaker. Head coach Dan Penna is going to be gearing up for this season, and he lost a few key pieces to graduation. That hasn't stopped Coach Penna from feeling confident about repeating as the champions. On Section 2 Football Media Day, Dan Penna paid homage to those seniors from last season who contributed to their impressive feat. But focus on the seniors this season who were juniors in the spring. Penna said those contributors from last season are now ready to lead this team, and there's no sense of complacency. Now, those seniors won't be the only ones new to defending a championship. Head coach Dan Penna will be defending one for the first time as well, and he knows they're going to get their best effort from every single opponent that they face this season. The Guilderland Dutchmen open up their season Friday against Troy. Reporting live, Eric Hannmann, News Channel 13.